Have you been grinding it out every day at the gym, trying to get in shape? And no matter how much you try to make that new PR, or no matter how much you run, you feel like you're not really seeing any progress? Well, we're going to kind of talk about the five most common mistakes that people make when they're trying to get in shape. And we're going to break them down and try to help you, the viewer, be able to address these mistakes and not make the same mistakes, because some of these mistakes I made myself. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so let's get started. So number one. So the number one concept that a lot of people don't really understand, and a lot of beginners are really bad about this. I was myself a beginner. Shocker, everyone is at one point. But you don't want to chase a certain weight. You don't want to increase, which as a beginner, you will increase your weight every week for the most part, since you're new and your body's still adjusting and you have plenty of room to grow. But you don't want to get in this place where you're sacrificing your form in order to get that progressive overload. Because what ends up happening is you're putting yourself at a higher risk for injury, which that can set you back several weeks. And second of all, if you're not using proper form, your muscles aren't going to get the right signaling in order to grow the best. You may still get a little bit of growth, especially if you're a beginner, you'll still get plenty of growth, but it's not going to be ideal. And if you're wanting to get in really good shape, like you're really going to have to make sure that your form is dialed in and perfect in every exercise that you do. And it's all right. You won't always have, a progressive increase in your weight every week. Adding one single extra rep in a set with good form is still a form of progressive overload, and you should pat yourself on the back if you accomplish it. So that's one thing I would tell you as a beginner, is to make sure that you don't just chase the weight, the amount of weight that you're doing every week. Sometimes it's fine to get an extra rep in, and if it's with good form, you're still going to be growing. I can guarantee you that. Number two is skipping warm ups or warming up too long. So these two things can hinder your progress, because sometimes we get so wrapped up in warming up that we don't put enough emphasis and time on the actual exercises to help us grow. But then there's also people that don't warm up at all, and that will put you at risk for injury. So, what I suggest is to warm up your muscle in some form. So, I personally will use a foam roller. There's mixed research on whether or not foam rollers are actually effective in preventing injury, but I seem to like doing it, and it seems like it helps me to recover faster from my exercises. So I will likely stick to foam rolling. But you don't have to do it for a really long time. Like 2 to 3 minutes on the foam roller is enough. And then you want to warm up your muscles and your body overall by doing some cardio. Just, do a walk, do a 3 speed, 12 incline walk for like 15 minutes on the treadmill before you go in and start actually lifting weights. And that would just kind of help ensure that your body is primed and ready for the workout, because, again, you don't want to injure yourself. Like we were talking about in topic number one, poor form can cause you to injure yourself, and that will set you back, and it won't send the right signals to your body to grow. So that would be my number two. So, number three is nutrition. So, a lot of people think that just by working out, they'll be able to basically just eat whatever they want and still be lean, be aesthetic, and also gain muscle. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. Unfortunately, we have to make some sacrifices and maybe not eat as many carbs and sugary things as we'd like, although carbs are amazing. you want to make sure that you're eating enough protein. That's probably the most important macro for you to focus on, especially as a beginner. Making sure that you at least get 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. There's mixed research on this as well. Some studies say 1 gram per pound of body weight, some say 0.8. As a beginner, you can probably get away with 0.8 or even possibly even lower than that. Um, but yeah, make sure that you're eating enough protein that will keep you satiated and be able to go longer without relying on other, junk food and things. Eating stuff that's high in fiber also helps with that, helps with the hunger signaling. Um, but yeah, just make sure that your diet is on point because running a mile will probably only burn what, like maybe 200 calories, and like that's nothing. Like a couple cookies will be not even a couple cookies, probably one cookie will be more than how much calories you'd burn from walking a mile. So that kind of puts it into perspective. A lot of times as beginners, we don't really understand that aspect. Um, but a lot of it does fall on nutrition. So just make sure that your nutrition is on point and that you are meeting your protein requirements and you're not going overboard on your calories. Some calorie tracking can help. The app that I use a lot is called Fat Secret. It's on iOS. I'm not sure if they have it on Android or not, but it's worth checking out. It's a free app and it can help you to track your calories. So that is number 3. Okay, so number 4. So 4 is overtraining. So when we're starting off, sometimes we can get a little too excited about making those gains and trying to rush the process, and that will just set you back even more. So when it comes to weight training, what you're doing is you're breaking down muscle fiber. So your body takes time to heal, and if you overtrain and go hard every single day, or maybe you work out twice a day or 3 times a day, that can set you back. You want to make sure that you're giving your body enough time to rest. You're giving it the right amount of protein, the right amount of sleep. You want to get a minimum of 8 hours of sleep a day, and you got to let your body recover. Um, for me, I also personally like taking really hot Epsom salt bath, and that seems to help with recovery for me. Just doing things that are, calming, that help reduce your stress levels. That is way better than spending all your time at the gym, going back to the gym and working out after you just finished a full body workout. Like that is going to throw you back and is counterproductive. So, what I would suggest as a beginner is to not rush the process. You're going to get there eventually. Just take your time, make sure that you're getting enough rest, make sure that you're eating enough. Give your body some time to recover. If you take care of your body will take care of you, and you will see improvement in your physique. All right, so number 5. So if you watch my introduction video, you know that I'm a new YouTuber. And in my introduction video, I kind of talked about the importance of discipline and consistency. Well, a lot of times when you're starting off, you haven't seen, a big change in your physique because that takes time, and we can get discouraged. And sometimes discouragement can lead to not being disciplined and becoming inconsistent. So, with anything in life, you have to be consistent in order to make some sort of progress in it. You have to be consistent, you have to show up, you have to push yourself. Push yourself no matter what, regardless of obstacles that come up. Don't make excuses. Find a way to squeeze in your workouts when you can, you know. But obviously, like we said in the previous point, don't overtrain, but do what you say that you're going to do, and stick to it. And as long as you stay consistent, you will see progress. that kind of sums up 5 different topics or mistakes that people make regarding fitness. And I hope this video kind of helped you out in order to not make those mistakes. I know I made some of those mistakes myself. I was really bad about overtraining. I used to sometimes go to the gym twice a day, getting super excited, trying all these new workouts out, and it wasn't giving my body enough time to recover, and it ended up actually injuring me at one point. I injured my shoulder, and I had to take a break off from bench pressing for a while. So it's real important that you kind of keep these points in mind, these topics, as you're trying to get in shape and doing your transformation journey. So I hope that was helpful. If you found this video helpful, please give me a like and subscribe. I am a brand new YouTuber. I'm still trying to get my name out there, get my videos out there. But I will continue to improve my quality of my videos and my content as I get more and more viewers and people that want to see my content. So I really do appreciate it. If you liked it, just shoot up that like button, okay? All right. I hope you guys have a amazing day, and I will talk to you guys later.